All right, back here for game four. I'm on the play. My hand's a little mana heavy, but we have some nice payoffs for that with these. Yep, I like the way this looks.
I have mulligan to 6 cards. This hand is fine. It is not super exciting because it is not that explosive. But hopefully I'm able to untap with this. Or find a Hardened Scales off my scry. Important to note for this game, I have cut one of the Gideons and brought in the Gleam of Authority. The Gleam was something a lot of players figured out as a very good card against ramp decks because it frequently functions as a +3/+3 or maybe even more for 2 mana, and so it lets you just make a really big creature really quickly and apply a lot of pressure. And given that all of Michael's removal is damage-based, or at least based on the toughness of my creatures, I think making a large trampling creature with either putting it on a Hydra or an Avatar is a very nice play, and the mana on Gideon is just a little awkward. So I wanted to show the Gleam to everyone, and hopefully it's really good. But I'll keep this and scry.
I think that card's really sweet,
And
especially with Endless One.
this is an interesting one. I am actually inclined to bottom it because our hand is not that explosive, which makes this card just not be that high impact. One of the keys to playing this deck well is really aggressively trying to find your payoff cards, your Nisses and your Hardened Scales. And so even though we have a chance of just sort of flooding if we put a reasonable spell on the bottom, I think it is worth it to try to find our best cards.
Go.
Hardened Scales.
How unlucky.
I know. I'm going to play this Winds of Peace and pass.
No one drop. All right, that was a good draw. Play a Creepy Crawly.
I'll crack this for a Canopy Vista.
19.
19. Okay. Now, bam. I will play Hangerback.
Yep.
You can go.
All right. Even though we drew this card, I think it's just better to go wide, get on the board, and follow this up in the future. So we'll play Tomb of Spirit Dragon, take a point off our Battlefield Forge, play a PN Kernler.
Both a 19.
Your turn.
Not liking how this game is going.
Also don't want to just run face first into like a Valorous Stance and let Ross catch up.
Okay, I'm going to go to 18, get a Forest, and play a Managorger Hydra, and hope it lives. Oh, it's probably not going to live because you have a PN
Kernler. Is that what you want to do?
Honestly, that's still what I want to do.
Okay.
If he uses his entire turn to do that, it gives me time to draw something good.
Definitely the Gorger changed our plan a little bit. It's definitely risky to just cast this card now. Because Ross has 2 1/1s in play, we can afford to attack with our Pia. So we're going to do that before we make any other moves.
I'll take 4, 14.
And I suppose we could try to get cute and set up something like this. And we could cast this turn to try to facilitate that, but that seems a little dangerous to me. Well, I guess Ross with 4 cards in hand, we could just like remove his way to eliminate this. Huh. All right. I talked myself into it. This might go horribly awry, but we're gonna take this line of play. I'll thought not Syria. And we'll take your Valorous Stance. Your turn.
That's a good draw.
No. This play does just build our board in a far more significant manner than just trading off resources, but it's definitely an aggressive play.
Think I want to get my Hydra out of roast range, so I'm going to play an Endless One for 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to crack this, go to 13.
And I'm sorry, what was the last card I know about?
Another Hydra.
Okay. Right.
I'm going to get a Canopy Vista.
Gosh, you always draw the Jamarcus command.
When your opponent Thoughtseize you, you have to have the key card on top of your deck. I'm going to put counter on Hydra and fight the Thought-Knot, and it gets a counter from its own trigger.
Yep.
So maybe I wanted to play that Endless One for 1 so I get another counter on Hangerback. But
it's like close to the same thing, I guess.
yeah, and at this point I'm probably not blocking with Hangerback, so I'll just bash for 6.
Yep. I'm at 13.
It's 13 all. You can go. So now if Michael wants to roast, he's going to have to roast plus throw a Thopter away. Maybe I should have killed the Peeing Karen because of that. A lot of different options this game. Just because I'm probably only winning with this Hydra.
Alright, we're just gonna take it a little slow because of this card. So I'm just gonna attack for 2 with my Thopters.
I'm at 11.
Your turn.
So now you have just enough mana to throw 4 damage at this, plus block to kill it if it's a 6/6.
Can also activate this.
And yeah, that only blocks for 4. Because you have to tap this.
Who says I want to block, Ross?
Well, I was just checking to see if blocking would be good for you. I am going to attack with those guys.
I will decline this so-called blocking notion.
This is 7, which will bring you to 6.
Yep.
Sure, you go to 6. You can go.
Alright, didn't expect a pass here, so I know a Hydra and there's an unknown card. So absolute worst case scenario, I can just crack the Foundry and kind of just sit back on these tombs and race in the air. And I think that is a little safer, considering Ross had the option of playing his Hydra and leveling his Hangerback Walker. It's fair to say that he'd probably just drawn like another Jamarcus command or something like that. So, let's see. If he has Jamarcus command, he's at 11 life right now. What does that do? He can fight our... So if we were to do this, and Ross has Jamarcus command, could level his Hangerback, fight that, and then he would have 3 Thopters in play. This would be a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so that's theoretically lethal. Alright, we're going to go ahead and crack our Foundry end of turn. Do we get to untap?
I don't think so. I think I want to get some Thopters in play to stop Michael from pressuring me in the air. And the best way to do that is going to be to level this Hangerback. So let's consider a Reality Smasher. Say it was a land smasher, so this is still untapped. If I make the play I'm thinking of...
Well, you can't... oh, you do have 2 cards in your hand, I'm sorry.
Yeah. If I make the play I'm thinking of, where I get to probably put a counter... Probably just put the counter here. So this would go up to 6, it would be 7/7. And this here would have 2 Thopters here. You play Reality Smasher, I'm at 11. Your attack is only for 9, and I can block 2 of it. So that would just be bad. And if you just attacked with Reality Smasher, I could take 5, go to 6, untap, attack with everything, and you have 4 Thopters, 1 blocks here, and then you're able to soak up 3 total, and you would go exactly to dead. So, but this blocks. But I'd be able to play another spell, and Reality Smasher would be a spell, so that's 2 more trample. So Reality Smasher is not something I have to worry about. So, And Chandra is not something I have to worry about because his board's all 1/1s. And Chandra.
Well, Chandra would just kill you, right?
No, because I'm going to kill.
Oh, you can. Yeah,
yeah.
3
I'm gonna,
blockers.
I'm gonna have,
yeah, sure.
I'm going to have 2 blockers. I can't get a third token because you don't have 3/3s. And I can't put a counter on 2 different things.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I like this play where I put counter on Hydra and trigger it, so it'll go up to 6, and I fight Hangerback to P and Kieran, which is like just another way for him to pressure me in the air and end up finishing me off. So I get 2 Thopters.
Did you put the Dromoka's counter trigger?
Yeah, it had 4, so
Okay,
it got 1 from the trigger, 1 from command. Now you can go. And now it's going to be difficult for Michael to pressure me and sit back on
trigger.
I'm exactly dead. Yeah. Played into Obligator.
Hooked him.